Captain America swoops in to attack the mercenaries with a blazing fury. His punches, kicks, and shield strikes easily break the armor of his opposition. Meanwhile, the Falcon tells Captain America that he may be able to fix their locust problem. The enemy drones are being remote controlled, and he's got eyes on the satellite. The Falcon pinpoints his target, soars into the upper atmosphere, and slashes apart the device. A small detonation follows, destroying it completely. They have their eyes again. With their long-range communications back online, Captain America calls for reinforcements, and the Falcon will buy the captain some time. At that moment, a mercenary sets Captain America in his crosshairs from a mounted machine gun, sitting in a helicopter above. The Falcon pierces through the helicopter within an instant, knocking the mercenary out of the vehicle, leaving him tumbling to the desert floor below. The now unmanned turret goes wild. It spins on its swivel madly as each one of its massive bullets fired forces it in another direction. The stray bullets find their way to a nearby mercenary air vehicle gas chamber, causing the vehicle to explode, sending shrapnel flying in every direction. Even more mercenaries approach. Falcon, any more intel on our guys? Get this, they're all named Harvey Madsen. Well, somebody's seen Reservoir Dogs. The captain comments, flinging his shield and knocking out each of the enemies manning the turrets in the approaching vehicles. However, this time, the captain decides to take one of his opponents as captive. He jumps on one of the vehicles and drags the nearly unconscious mercenary out of the seat manning the turret and tosses him to the ground before dragging him to a nearby pile of debris. On his way, the captain discovers a nearby chain and uses it to forcefully tie up the hostage. All right, Harvey Madsen number 22. Let's get this started. Who's paying you? If you say your mom, I'll knock out the rest of your teeth. The mercenary squints at the captain, looks away, and then back. He spits at the captain's feet. There's blood mixed in the pool. This doesn't faze the captain. Whatever it is, ain't worth what you just went through. I bought a gold toilet yesterday, the merc says slyly. I see you're a man of culture, Harvey 22. This the part where you start beating me to a pulp? Nah, we did that already. You're just gonna hang here for a bit, till we figure some things out. Later, Falcon returns to the train and scans it one more time for its hidden contents. This time, the back half of the train. It's empty, Cap. Doesn't sound like Misty. What's our buddy say? He's thinking about his mistakes. Inside the front of the train, Captain America continues his conversation with the two conductors. They too are at a loss as to why they were attacked. They explain to the hero that they haven't even picked up any cargo yet. They haven't actually made it to their first stop. At that moment, the Falcon pinpoints a small heat signature from the rear train car. He swoops backwards and circles above before landing and planting his claws into the train. He places his hand on it to test its density before quickly impaling his wings down into the cool metal. Again, easily tearing the fortified steel to shreds with his altered physique. There's a large crunch as he pulls his wings outward, tearing a hole into the ceiling. The light shines through, and to the Falcon's surprise, he finds the car is filled with a few children, a woman who happened to look somewhat familiar, and an elderly woman who appears to be on her deathbed. The woman, holding a stick up in defense, pushes the children behind her and hisses, "Stay back!" The Falcon hears her words and instantly recognizes her. Her voice is unmistakable. He rips off his helmet, revealing his face to her. "Louisa?" he calls out. "Joaquin?" she questions back. Captain America, who had joined them just moments before, looks earnestly at the Falcon. She's my cousin from Mexico." Before he can say more, Louisa interrupts the Falcon, stating the woman she is with is in desperate need of a doctor. Captain America calls his contact in Washington, Senator Mansfeld, for an emergency evacuation team. The Marines touch down. Half of the team is dedicated to the injured and the children, and the other half to the defeated mercenaries that were left a few miles back. The Falcon, however, cannot find peace at mind just yet. "Just make sure these people are taken care of. They look like they've been through a lot." "They'll be given the best care, Mr. Torres," responds the agent in charge, as she returns to the evacuation chopper. The Falcon turns to Captain America. "I don't like it, Cap. No barrels on the train, all empty containers. The serum component doesn't seem airborne." "No! I'm talking about her. I'm talking about the senator." Mansfeld knows that if anything happens to them, he'll have to answer to me, Captain America says confidently. "We're sending these people to a facility run off the books by an anti-immigration U.S. senator." "This about your cousin?" "It's just... she reminded me of Sonora, where my extended family's from. Thought I'd left all that in my rear view." He watches as the evacuation helicopter's blades begin to rotate and the vehicle slowly lifts into the air. Captain America takes a moment before placing his hand on the Falcon's shoulder. "Go with them," he tells his partner. "You can make sure she's safe." Elsewhere, inside a small cell within Cumberland Federal Correctional Institute, a man lays back in his cot, arms behind his head, enjoying the baseball game playing on a small television screen he has sitting on an upper shelf. "And Chris Judge steals home! Another run for the White Sox!" boasts the announcer. A guard approaches. "Hey, Rumlow, you got a visitor." "I'm watching the game," Rumlow responds, annoyed. The guard shrugs it off. "You're lost, pal." Still unbothered, the man, Rumlow, continues to lay there. It is not until the bone-splitting cracks and the blood-curdling screams in agony does the situation fully garnish his attention. He sits up, examining the now open cell door. Standing there, a rather dignified gentleman in all white. Rumlow has to assume the man is European. He normally has dealings in Europe. However, the man wears a shoulder cape whose design and origin Rumlow is very much acquainted with. The gentleman said you had a visitor. Who the hell are you? My colleagues call me the White Wolf. Enemies too. You can call me Hunter. Yeah? What do you hunt? Money, mostly. But I've recently gotten into pharmaceuticals. Well, you're looking for investors in the wrong place. I ain't got, what do you call it, seed money for your little startup or whatever? Oh, there's no startup involved. You here to break me out or something? 'Cause I ain't need your help for that. Then what are you doing here? I was watching the game before you interrupted me. Hunter stifles his laughter. A waste of your talents. Look, Wolf Guy, whatever you're selling, not interested. I got a plum gig running this place. But you look so bored. What if I told you I'm about to overthrow a country? Rumlow beams at Hunter, who now sits casually at the table. Okay, keep going. I've already gotten started. Think of the White Wolf as a chess, not checkers kind of guy. Okay, Mr. Chestnut Checkers, what do you got for me? What am I doing? Which country are we toppling? Rumlow watches as Hunter attempts to contain his smile. A couple of them, really, he says, clearly enjoying the repartee. And hey, for fun, I'll even let you kill Captain America. Now, do you prefer Mr. Rumlow or Crossbones?